joining us. You'll see him top of the hour right here on ESPN. Stephen A., why don't we start with you? Do you think there's going to be any carryover from that last meeting in January?
Sure I do. Sure I think there's going to be carryover, but not in a fashion where some fight is going to break out. You got two ballers. Chris Paul is a future Hall of Famer, and as far as I'm concerned, so is Damian Lillard. And as a result of that, these are brothers that can ball. They can flat out play. And you're looking for excuses to go against one another, particularly in a regular season game. It's relatively meaningless. Houston's going to be the #1 seed. Portland's going to be the #3 seed in all likelihood. So your playoff seedings are set. You still have to have some motivational tool to come with you getting on the court for an 82-game schedule. And think Michael Jordan from the standpoint of finding any little thing you can to serve as a source of motivation over the grind of an 82-game schedule on a night-in, night-out basis. This would be applicable, and that's why I think it's going to be something.
Yeah, it's a little bit like this one goes to 11, right? It's a little bit like that because these guys are both always on 10. So how do you go to 11? Well, this is how. I remember Derek Jeter in '98, the greatest team, 125-win Yankees team, talking about after the season all the people who thought we couldn't do it. And I'm thinking, who thought? Like, these guys have to invent, if it's not there, reasons to get extra motivated. And in this case, they don't even have to invent it because there was actually a little friction. My favorite part about all this is Chris Paul is always the leader on every floor he ever steps onto, right? He's the guy who does it the right way and everything. And Damian Lillard is showing, I don't care who you are. He will talk it to anyone if he feels like that person is out of line on the other team. It doesn't matter who it is. Lillard is not taking a back seat to anyone in that regard, and I love it. These are two competitive guys.
Well, I think the other thing that we have to point out is the fact that these are two rough riders, mentally speaking, in terms of their approach and their competitive fervor. They're rough riders. If they were going up against somebody like Max Kellerman, it would be entirely different because if you notice, Max Kellerman gets his hair cut, and all of a sudden he looks like 10 years younger, looks like a nice choir boy about to go to church or something. You see that haircut on him? I mean, something like that. What'll happen is that you'll feel a little sympathy, and you'll go like this, oh, he's a really, really nice guy. You're not going to look at each other like that if you're Damian Lillard or Chris Paul. See, that's the difference.
We're all just jealous, Stephen A. I can admit it. We're just jealous that he can subtract 10 years.
I don't have to admit that. I ain't jealous of no Max Kellerman, but he does look good today. He looks young and good.
Yep.